Hello students, I am Dr. Vinder Jaswal from Government Polytechnic College Mohali. So the topic for today's lecture is parasitology. Now the question arises, why we need to study parasitology? It is because many parasites are responsible for causing diseases in human beings and animals. So that's why it is important to study parasitology. In parasitology, two terms are very important. First one is parasite and second one is host. Parasite is an organism that lives in or on the surface of other organism for food and shelter. The important thing to understand here is parasite will derive its food and shelter from the host organism. Whereas on the other hand, host is an organism which provide food and shelter. One of the common example of host-parasite relationship is lice and human beings. Lice grow on the scalp of human beings. It feeds on human blood and cause irritation. So the study of parasites, their host and the relationship between them is called parasitology. Next is parasite classification. So parasite can be classified in three ways. Number one, according to their habitat. So habitat is a place of living. Secondly, according to their dependence on the host. And thirdly, according to their pathogenicity. Pathogenicity means the ability to cause disease. So first we will discuss classification according to their habitat. So in this classification, the parasite, they are of two types. First one is ectoparasite. Ecto means on the outer surface, and second one is endoparasite. Endo means inside the body. So ectoparasite, they live on the surface of skin. So I have already given you the example of lice. So the lice, it is present on the surface of skin. Endoparasite, they live inside the body of the host. The example of endoparasite is Leishmania species or Ascaris lumbricoides. So there are so many other examples of endoparasite also. The second classification is according to their dependence on the host. In this classification, the parasite, they are of two types. First one is permanent parasite and second one is temporary parasite. Permanent parasite, they are also known as obligatory parasite. These parasites, they completely depends on the host for metabolites, shelter and transportation. These parasites, they cannot live without host species. So example is Plasmodium species. On the other hand, temporary parasite, they can live independently in addition to the parasitic life. That means when present with the host, they live parasitic life, but when present alone, then they can live independently also. Example of temporary parasite, Naegleria fowleri. Third classification is based on pathogenicity. So pathogenicity, I already told you, it is the ability of the organism to cause disease. So based upon pathogenicity, the parasites, they are of three types. First one is pathogenic parasite. Those parasites which can cause disease, they are known as pathogenic parasite. Example is Entamoeba histolytica. Second is non-pathogenic parasite. So these parasites, they are also known as commensal parasite. So these parasites, they derive food and nutrition from the host organism, but it does not cause any harm to the organism. So example is Entamoeba coli. And the third is opportunistic parasite. So these parasites, they can cause serious disease in immunodeficient persons. However, they do not cause any disease in healthy individuals. That means they cause disease only when the immunity of the person is low. So example is Toxoplasma gondii. As there are different types of parasites, the host, they are also of different types. First one is definitive host. It is the host in which sexual reproduction of the parasite example is man is the definitive host of the Taenia saginata. That means the sexual reproduction of Taenia saginata, it occurs in human being or man. Second is intermediate host. So in intermediate host, the sexual reproduction of parasite doesn't occur. So it contains only the sexually immature or larval stages of parasite. So cow is the intermediate host of the Taenia saginata. Next is reservoir host. Normally the wild or domestic animals, they harbor a number of parasites. So these parasites, they do not cause disease to them, but when they are transmitted to the human beings from them, then they cause infections in human beings. Next is carrier host, a host harboring and disseminating a parasite but exhibiting no clinical sign. So that host is known as carrier host. Next is accidental host. As you all know, host and parasite is a unique relationship. A parasite generally do not infect the non-host species. If accidentally or for example by any injury or by other mean, it enter into the non-host species, which is not the normal host. In that case, the host is known as accidental host.